What's going on? How's the audio? Can you guys, just let me know if you guys can hear me. The other night we had some audio issues that I was not aware of.
And it's the Warriors to start out. And now the Washington Wizards starters. Pass to Jackson. Back to Richardson.
What's going on, everyone?
Washington with a rebound.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Audio seems to be working.
And he
Love
gets
it.
to go. This is how
Sorry to start the stream a little bit later. I've been watching this insane Avs-Oilers game. All the goals. It's been crazy. Got a little distracted, but,
Here's Harrington.
you know, we're here. We're ready.
Outside Richardson.
Game 3. Warriors back at home.
The drive. And the
Ooh.
to finish it off. Oh, beauty.
Just great offense. The screen
See how they perform. We had to give them those orange ones, right? The orange unis were so sweet.
For the layup, when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Here's Arenas. Check by Davis. Driving to the basket. Here's
Some
Arenas.
good defense.
It's tipped.
Ooh. Really good defense.
Up top, Jackson. Pass to Harrington. Now Davis. Here's Harrington.
See if they can get Al Harrington going. Nope.
And here's Jackson. Shot clock at 6. The
Ooh.
kick out to Richardson.
I like the dish.
Three-pointer off the mark.
It's a good look, though.
Here's Washington now. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Pass to Arenas. That one no good. So Golden State will take it the other way.
Ooh. They just seem to have a little bit of a quicker
Now
pace of
here's
play
Davis.
here at home. I mean, it hasn't led to much yet, just that one dunk, but
Drives to the
there's a
hoop.
bucket. And
Oh,
one.
and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to
But
the
they
line.
got a good look with Jason Richardson from 3. And I felt like they honestly could have shot it there, but it ended up leading to the foul. So I already feel like this offense is just playing a little bit differently at home. They're pushing the pace a little bit, and I feel like they're already getting better looks than they were in game 2 offensively. And so I guess the biggest thing is we'll see if it leads to scoring. Their defense is doing,
And that one falls.
I mean,
That puts
we're
them at 1
2
point
minutes into the
now.
game, but defensively they're stopping Arenas both times he tried to get to the paint. So that's going to be a big key because he's been a huge offensive component to the Wizards so far.
Both free throws good from Davis.
And don't mind me, I got this game going. I got the Avs game going right here. I'm going to be kind of checking in both.
Now, if you're just tuning
But
in,
we're
we
focusing
played
right here.
about
That's a good
2.5
look.
minutes here in the first.
Except it's Brendan Haywood.
Here's Haywood. Butler on the wing. Releases. A good looking
Good ball
shot from the
movement.
wing. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved.
How
early.
is y'all's Tuesday going?
Well, he's going to
It's a good look. Let it fly, Al Harrington. Man,
Now here's Davis.
did he just not shoot threes until his Nuggets days or what?
Here's Mason. Pass to Arenas. Here's Haywood. 6 to shoot. Here's Arenas. Check by Davis. Oh, no good. Had a chance to take the lead. To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it.
Oh, good
Uses
move.
the glass on the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Jamison. Boy, he's been patient so far.
Oh.
Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Mason.
Literally, they tried to leak
Defended by Jackson.
too soon and didn't get the board.
Second chance effort.
Bully him, Kron. Alright.
Here's Arenas. Check by Davis. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis.
Only got 3 seconds. Warriors are showing at least a little bit more fight to start the game. Offense still isn't that great. I mean, 4 minutes in and only 6 points, but...
Shot clock at 2.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Pass to Harrington. Outside Richardson. This one for 3. Washington with the rebound.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Well, Jason Richardson is at least trying to be more effective, but that 1 for 5, 1 for 4, is he 1 for 4, 1 for 5? Good D.
Jackson, pass to Davis.
I mean, shooter's got to shoot, though. Shoot himself out of the funk.
Launches a 3. Sinks the tray.
There it is.
Davis has got 7 points.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Here's Butler.
That's good D. Good move.
And such a nice move to make that bucket possible.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Now here's Davis. Defense is right there.
Use the screen, Baron Davis.
Pass to Harrington. Now here's
Let it
Richardson.
fly.
Puts it up from 15. The rebound by Haywood.
Something's
Wish we would have shot it right away.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Here's Mason. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Here's Arenas. Defended by Jackson. The 3. Arenas with the bucket. It's a tie ball
Here they
game.
come.
He's consistent.
They just did not score enough points in the first half of the quarter. You know, play good defense. Offense has a quicker pace to it, but they're still just not really getting the looks.
Pass to Harrington. Outside Richardson. The 3 ball. The shot off that time. And Washington the other way now. Here's Mason. Oh, the go-ahead bucket, no good. Jackson outside. Outside Davis.
They didn't even get the screen.
Here's Boyle.
It's a good. Oh,
And so it looks like the Warriors
was a good
take
move.
possession here.
But they didn't. He didn't even wait for the screen there. He took off too soon. Good luck. Monta Ellis, he's been very good. Very good for him. Good to see him come right in and shoot the
That's
ball.
one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Arenas.
You think they gotta slow it down? I mean, the first 2 games that I've seen is that when they were slowed down, they weren't really getting good looks, but when they played with a quicker pace, they were getting better looks. Like game 1, they played with a really good pace, and they were in it all the way down to the end. Game 2, they played very, very slow and methodical, and could not get off good shots. They weren't getting open looks. And so here they're playing with a faster pace. They haven't been scoring a ton, but they're at least being competitive right away. And what's going on, Sweet Jones? Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I think, at least I think they get better looks when they run a faster pace.
Powell covers, shoots.
Monta Ellis is definitely the X factor, but the other thing that they need is they need either Jason Richardson to, you know, put up 15, 18 points.
The Warriors leading.
And they need some more out of Steven Jackson. He has just given them nothing
Pass to Ellis.
the first 2 games. Offensively. He's obviously been
And there's a pick. Jacks up with 3.
defensively. Ooh, I thought that was down. A big part. But they need more from him on the offensive side. Wow, that's a tough shot.
First points of the game.
It's a really tough shot.
Here's Ellis.
Both teams are kind of shooting kind of rough here to start.
Pass to Barnes.
But yeah, I'd like to see him or Richardson. Ooh, nice spin.
Away.
That's stupid animation. Like, it's a good animation, the steal animation, but it happens just way too often. Whether it's in this mode, you know, my career, Pro-Am, just happens way too much.
Powell, left side. 5 on the clock.
Both teams, yeah, they haven't showed the field goal percentage yet, but I can't imagine either team shooting over
And it's Thomas with the
40%
rebound.
right now.
An opportunity now to retake the lead.
Showing off their
Whereas last game, Washington shot 52%.
Down low. Here's Arenas. And he goes in for the dunk.
Wow. Always fun to see.
Yeah, so there is a person who uploaded, I don't know if you're on PS5 or Xbox, but at least on PS5, they completed the teams. My biggest gripe with the old school teams is that there's just not enough of them. Like, they pick like one from a year. Like, I feel like you should have at least 2 from a year or something. And there's so many missing ones. Like the 09 Cavs, the 09 Lakers, hell, the 09 Magic. Like, none of those teams are in the game. None. Because obviously, I think if given a choice,
Stayed with it.
the number one matchup for historic would be that I would do would be the 09 Lakers versus. That's a good look. You gotta make that 09 Lakers versus 09 Cavs, the Kobe LeBron finals, and I think the other one, which is actually in the game, could do it is the 98 Lakers and the 98 Bulls. Or the 97 Bulls, whatever. But do a Kobe versus Michael
Here's Ellis.
finals.
Outside Barnes. To the left
But
wing.
it's not like, you know,
6 on the shot
fully superstar Kobe. It's still like
Good off the back
getting
of the
there.
rim.
Dude, the Wizards or the Warriors just cannot shoot.
But I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And there's the screen.
Well, not that. Like,
59
I
seconds
get
left
why
to play in the
both of
first
these
quarter.
teams are in there. But if you're going to put these teams in there, how do you not have
Yeah, can't see why he missed
that Cavs team?
He's close, but
And one,
So it'll be 2 free throws.
Or that Magic
The
team.
act of shooting.
right?
And he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
It just what they decide to put in the game for historic teams just doesn't make sense to me. You know, I would love to have that Bucks team that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals with Michael Redd and Ray Allen. Like, why is that Bucks team not in here? And those were the sweet unis too. They had the deer on the logo. Those are some of the best jerseys, man. I wish the NBA would set aside a 2-week period every single season of just throwbacks. Every team is wearing throwbacks jerseys. Maybe call it 90s week, right? And no, Brandon Jennings was this was like 2002, I think. 2000 and they lost to the Nets. I'm pretty sure it's 2002 Bucks. They did not. No, it was. Yeah, it was Ray Allen, Michael Redd. Who else was on that? Hold on, I'm gonna look for you. But it'd be dope if they had like just a 2-week period in the NBA every season. Michael Redd wasn't on that team. Who else was on it, David? I'm gonna look up right now.
shooting 2.
Let's see here. Oh, it wasn't the 0-2 Bucks. That was the first round. The 0-2-0-3 Bucks. Oh, they lost to the Sixers. Oh, okay. So they lost in the 2000 and 2001 season. Conference finals to the Sixers in 7 games. David, you're spot on. I just pulled it up here. They were 52-30.
Here's Arenas.
Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson. Yo, Pee-wee, what's up, my guy? We're just talking about how 2001, 2002, the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks should be a historic team in here. They have Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson, Tim Thomas, like you said, David, Irvin Johnson. That's right, and it went 7 games. That's right. So it easily could have been them versus the Lakers.
Here's Stevenson. Chops one in from
That's
the wing.
right.
And at the end of one.
And they had Sam Cassell.
Game so far. It's the Wizards.
I said it as I'm reading the Wikipedia the Wikipedia on their squad that year. But I'm just remembering now, it was so long ago. They were up 2-1 in that series too. Okay, so David, this is what you're talking about that I don't remember. Scott Williams, who started every game for the Bucks postseason run, was controversially suspended hours before Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals when a flagrant foul got upgraded to a flagrant foul 2 from the game before. It got upgraded, and they ended up losing.
The Wizards with a lead.
So they had Rafer Alston on there too.
Jamison fires it. Oh, not wasted any time and taking the shot and hitting it.
That's
See
the kind
here.
of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And for
They did have Michael Redd. Whoever said Michael Redd wasn't on that squad, I was right on that one. They had Michael Redd. I thought he was there.
Shot clock at 5.
Man, that team needs to be a historic team.
Well, looking into the gaps.
I mean, they're literally
Not gonna miss
one game away. Yep, skip to my
to
Lou.
that range.
And for the Warriors.
They definitely need to. You're that close to NBA Finals, you should be a historic team. Absolutely. Oh, of course. Well, yeah, but was he the one who made the call? Did he make that bet and then and then change the foul? Like, I mean, it's crazy, like what we know now. But that NBA Finals could have been a lot more interesting. I'm not saying the Bucks would have. Well, yeah, Darvin Ham, the new coach of the Lakers.
Checked by Davis. Outside Richardson.
That could have been a little bit more competitive NBA Finals. I feel like, just because they had more scoring than the Bucks. Like the Sixers. I mean, they just had AI,
That play never
and you had that defense. But what? I mean,
an offensive staple.
that Sixers team was just all AI and then defense. You know,
Inside.
but they have Aaron McKee,
Outside for Butler.
Eric Snow. Like, I don't even remember who else was on that squad. But I feel like you get, some more offensive firepower. You could at least, maybe competed more at the.
Here's Harrington.
Yeah, Ray Allen was a straight up superstar.
So he'll be
That-
headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul. First team
And Glenn
foul.
Robinson was no slouch either. And those jerseys were good enough to get him 2 wins anyway. Those were some of my favorite classic jerseys of all time. The Raptors jerseys with the dinosaur on it, and the Bucks jerseys with the deer on it. 2 of my most favorite classic
2 shots.
jerseys of all time. And that's why I'm getting back to my point. NBA needs to have a throwback week. 2 weeks every year. Because 1 week's not enough. 2 weeks every year where teams wear 90s jerseys, like go back and wear 90s jerseys, like throwbacks. And the Thunder just wear Sonics jerseys. I don't know what the freaking Pelicans would do. I mean, they're an expand. They don't count. Just say they don't count. I don't know. They don't have to do it.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Pass to Daniels.
Bro, I agree.
And yeah, he still was moving.
Bucks would have gotten swept. You don't think they would have been good for one game, Pee-wee? One game, Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson just go off. Shaq gets in foul trouble. You just don't think one game even?
Here's Mason, guarded by Richardson. Here's Jamison from 13.
No, yeah, they definitely would. I personally think it could have been like a 6-game series, like a 4-2. You know, is what I was thinking, kind of personally. I don't know, didn't he have to drop like 50 just to get it? That's 3 seconds. Wow, there is no offense in this game compared to last.
And the Warriors miss again.
Game 2 and Game 1 were way more high scoring. Both teams are just shooting awful. I don't know. I don't like the jerseys of today's NBA. Like,
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far.
I really don't, man.
In very little time.
I like these Wizards jerseys way better than the ones they have now. The Warriors jerseys they have right now aren't bad because they're basically based off the throwbacks, and I like the throwbacks. But the Magic's jerseys were way better in Shaq's era and Tracy McGrady's era. They really suck right now. I don't like the Bucks jerseys. They had better when it was the green and red and the Ray Allen ones, in my opinion.
Warriors leading. Pass to Davis.
Let's see here.
Goes in.
Who else?
The 3 is up.
Kings jerseys are okay.
Grabs the board.
I actually like their new jerseys over the old Jason Williams jerseys.
Mason with the bucket. And
The Blazers jerseys haven't really changed much. Rockets jerseys suck. I liked them way better when it was the Hakeem days and the Steve Francis days, and even the T-Mac days. I liked all those Rockets jerseys more than the ones they have now. The Grizzlies jerseys are awful. The Vancouver ones were way better.
Here's Daniels.
Like with the actually implemented the Grizzly,
Mason.
and the black and like teal color scheme is filthy. And now they just got these
He gets the whistle there.
like weird color. Oh yeah, the Nuggets jerseys. Oh yeah, they were great. The Jazz, dude. I told Pee Wee when he's doing his Jazz series, he's got to throw at least one game on with the Karl Malone and Stockton jerseys because they're so dope. I don't know if he's going to do it or not. Washington sweeping. They're in a barn burner right now. I don't know. We're in a very defensive early 2000s battle. Like this is ridiculous. The offense that's going on right now. But the Pistons jerseys, I like the Grant Hill, Jerry Stackhouse jerseys more than the ones they have now. No, I haven't, David. They've announced new jerseys for next year. I didn't know that. I like their city uniform or the black uniforms, but other than that, I prefer the Charles Barkley uniforms. Obviously, I hate the Thunder jerseys. They need a redesign. I wish they would just be the Supersonics. Pinstripe Bowl jerseys are awesome. Luckily, they're still in the game, but they're not as good as the ones from Michael's era. They're going back to the updated. That's amazing. That's gonna be so sweet. I'm excited for that. Clippers jerseys, I don't really like them now, but I can't say that I've ever really liked the Clippers jerseys just because so many teams in the NBA have the same red, blue, and white colors. It's so annoying. Let's switch up the colors. You think about how many teams rock red, white, and blue, or something of the same version. The Sixers, the Clippers, the Pistons,
And the Warriors with
the
possession
Wizards
here.
now. Like, they all have the same freaking colors,
Here's
man.
Davis. He has 7.
Now, are these just the city jerseys, or are these just going to be like the whole actual new jerseys?
Pass to Harrington. And here's Richardson. 6 to shoot. Launches it.
Go in.
Doesn't fall
Man, make a
forward.
bucket.
Only 1 for 8 from the floor now.
These
Here's
just
Daniels.
defensive
Check
battle,
by
man.
Davis.
Warriors trying to get back in the series.
Jackson against Butler.
It's crazy to think this same Wizard team shot 52% in Game 2.
Right side Davis.
The Warriors' offense is looking the exact same as Game 2. Their defense is playing better, or the Wizards can't hit a shot.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
That's awful.
The Warriors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in.
Checking in for the Wizards.
Washington with the ball.
New Jersey's nice.
Here's Jamison.
I don't mind the Cavaliers jerseys, but I will say that the Sean Kemp jerseys pretty filthy.
Here's the pick.
But I don't mind
Pass to
them.
Mason.
They're retiring the Valley jersey, huh? Interesting. I do like those ones.
Here's Thomas. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
The Mavericks, I don't like their jerseys. I don't like the Dirk jerseys. I like their like older school, like the old color scheme.
His competitiveness
From even
right now
before
is
Dirk.
why the teammates love him.
Now here's
Like-
Butler. He's got 6.
Jason Kidd.
Here's Mason. No good with the triple.
Which ones, David? Which one are you talking about?
To the paint. It's intercepted.
Right? Like at least some sort of variation of those ones, right, Pee Wee? Like, I don't know. I just like those jerseys. I like the color scheme. I like the design.
I think he's rubbing
But I
it
like their
in
jerseys
here.
now. Like,
Hanging up there like that.
I really do. I like the colors now. They're not bad, in my opinion. I do like them.
All around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every.
And I didn't mind the Cavs jerseys like when LeBron was there his first stint. Wasn't really a fan of them his second stint. The Heat jerseys I don't like
With the bucket.
at all, but I love their Miami Vice unis, and I wish they would just embrace it fully. Yeah, it's a very unique scheme, and it looks clean.
That three's all
Man,
the
could they
mark.
hit a three? Could someone hit a three? Someone hit a shot. I would, yeah, but I want the Heat to fully go Miami Vice for home, away, alternate Miami Vice, everything.
Outside Barnes.
You got a black, white, pink, teal.
Powell sets a screen. From deep.
The ones that-
Another chance.
Oh, okay, I got what you're saying.
Jackson against Butler. The kick out to Richardson.
Trying to think.
Powell sets a screen. Second
You got him on the roll.
And the
Man,
foul's
bailed out.
called. He missed it.
Bailed
So he's got
out.
A couple of free throws coming his
Just
way.
can't score.
Second team foul. At the line for the Warriors, Jason
First one
Richardson.
falls for him.
They've been flawless
I love all the
in line
Sonics jerseys, man.
They need to stay aggressive.
Sonics are great jerseys. Dude.
Fouls. That'll help them
Ooh,
chip
the
away.
Kevin Garnett Timberwolves jerseys, man. From like 96 to 2004. Sorry, I get hyped whenever I think about the T-Wolves jerseys from early Kevin Garnett. Why they ever left those, I don't understand. They left those to go to the ugly-ass Kevin Love jerseys, and then what they have now, the trees on the outline, and then they had the wolf. I mean, how? That was just so dope.
Here's Arenas. Clock at 6.
The Reggie Miller jerseys were pretty dope. With the red, yeah, the Reggie Miller ones were pretty dope.
And he can't get that one. And Golden
The only
State
thing
will
that
go the other
sucked
way with
about those was their. I'm trying to think. Did they have the alternate? And they had the white, and then did they have the yellow, like the mustard yellow, and then like the navy blue?
it. Jackson down low.
Trying to think.
Butler covering.
Go to work.
Against Jackson.
Go to work, Steven Jackson.
Some solid defense from Butler. Jackson's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Inside. Tipped.
Wow, turnover city and one.
Warriors
Wow.
with the rebound.
Yes, they were. I'm trying to think.
Rebound in this one.
The Sixers jerseys right now aren't that bad, but they're just so basic. Like, again, with the same color scheme that other teams in the league have, and so I do prefer the AI jerseys, but I don't even know if I'd say those are my favorite.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
But I hate when so many teams use the same colors.
Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 5.
The Hawks, the freaking Steve Smith era Hawk jerseys, undoubtedly my favorite.
Here's Ellis. Using his post.
Yeah, when Jalen Rose was there, I think he won 6th man as a Pacer. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You just know something special is about to happen.
But yeah, those Hawks, they had the Hawks spread across the jersey, like, so intimidating. I'm pretty sure that was Steve Smith era.
The Warriors trailing. Pass to Richardson.
Who else can we? The Celtics jerseys have kind of stayed the same for a while, although I love their black alternates whenever they had those a couple years ago.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer,
Most improved player, okay. I thought for whatever reason he won a 6th man.
Tonight has just been atrocious.
Now here's Butler. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. Here's Arenas. And it's Washington with another.
Most improved players, Pacer, okay. I'm trying to think. I feel like I've forgotten a team here.
And the Warriors call time here.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively.
For the Lakers, yeah. But dude, they had some battles with Michael, man. I remember I was a kid. I was 10 years old, and my dad, we would watch, you know, Michael Jordan. We recorded him on VHS tapes. Man, I'm 34, all right? VHS tapes. But we still have them. The whole 7-game series of the Bulls versus Pacers in the Eastern Conference. And man, that was back in the day when you had Bob Costas, you know, nothing wrong with Mike Breen, or even on TNT, you got Kevin Harlan, both great announcers. But dude, Bob Costas with Isaiah Thomas and Bill Walton, like, just something about it, man. And then of course you had Round Ball Rock, like, for the introduction and, you know, coming back after commercial break and stuff like that. And just watching the games on NBC, dude, it was just so great. And yeah, we still have those on VHS. I'm scared to play it because I feel like the tape will fall apart. But those were the days, man. Like, I don't know. I'm still upset that NBC gave up their rights for basketball, just because that was the most iconic theme song of all time. And if they ever get the rights back, I don't know who they'd even get rights from, because TNT can't take it away from TNT, and ESPN would still keep it. But the NBC telecast, David, NBC.
Outside Barnes.
Yeah.
6 to shoot. Here he goes.
That's a good foul.
Hard foul on the shot.
God, this is such a low-scoring, brutal game. I hope the second half just flips a switch. You know what team I forgot? My guy Pee-wee, the Knicks. And boy, the John Stark, Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston Knick jerseys were fire with the black mixed in. Oh, those were so sweet. I wish they'd go back to those. I'm pretty sure that's the era. I could be wrong. But the ones with the black on the side of the shorts.
Here's Arenas.
Black on the side, yes. Those Knicks jerseys, man, are so dope. What's up, Keith? How are you doing?
With another bucket.
defensively,
Those Knicks jerseys. I loved Allen Houston growing up, man. After Kobe, he was my favorite player when Michael retired.
In that situation.
I just loved Allen Houston. I don't know why.
Richardson.
Loved Allen Houston.
And so it's the Washington Wizards.
Used to watch the Knicks a lot, actually. Now that I think about, I mean, they had some fun players, man. I mean, not only did Allen Houston have one of the sweetest jump shots you'd ever seen, but they had some exciting players outside of Patrick Ewing. They had Charles Spiro. You had Chris Childs, who decided he wanted to fight Kobe. I remember watching that game live when it happened.
For the Washington Wizards.
You know, you just had like just some really fun players to watch, and they were good. So
just check out their field goal percentage.
Marcus Camby.
Looking at how the
Who else was on that team in the Larry Johnson 4-point play? I remember watching that one live too. That was crazy. Charlie Ward. Was it Charlie Ward or Chris Childs who got in the fight with Kobe?
This team in any way?
Oh, without question, you got to tighten the rotations, Ernie. You have to treat it like
Charlie
it's an
Ward, right?
elimination game. That's for sure.
If they don't treat like it's an elimination game, they've already lost, Kidney. No room for error on that part.
And no room for us left on this show. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the second half.
So Chris Childs was the one who fought Kobe. Charlie Ward was the one who played at Florida State and could have been a professional football player, correct?
And here we go. The NBA Finals continue here on 2K Sports.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Knicks back then, man. A lot of Knicks, partly because they were on TV all the time.
For the Wizards. Pass to Jamison.
Heisman winner. Okay, Chris Childs was Charlie Ward. Okay, so Chris Childs was both the Kobe fighter and the Heisman winner.
Harrington shot is off.
And we all know what Latrell Sprewell was famous for, but it's just still crazy to me, man. Like, that was a really loaded team. And weren't they the 8th seed and made it to the NBA Finals that year? Didn't they upset the number 1 seeded Heat with Tim Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning? No, Charlie Ward was the Heisman quarterback. Okay.
Rebound Washington. Outside Butler to the middle. Pass to Mason.
I'm pretty sure the Knicks were an 8 seed that year
Here's Arenas.
and beat the Heat in the first round.
Shot clock. And Foyle pulls it down.
Pee Wee would know. Who'd they beat in the Eastern Conference Finals
On the wing, Davis.
to go to the NBA Finals? Because it's like lockout year. I know, but still. Because it's like the Pacers were in the Eastern Conference Finals the 2 years before,
From deep.
and then they
And the
didn't
Warriors
go
miss again.
the year the Knicks went, and then the Pacers went the year after that. So, okay, so the Pacers were in the Eastern Conference Finals 4 years in a row. That's a crazy run. 4 years in a row, and you only go to the finals one time. Because 2 of the years you got to go against Mike.
His 7th basket. He's 7 of 15 now.
and just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to
That's
right
just-
now, trying to put this one away.
Yeah, Spurs 5 games to 1, right?
The fadeaway.
Or 4 games to 1, excuse me.
Harrington's shot is off.
Beat the Heat, the Hawks. Who was on that Hawks team?
Presence in the league, but still, he's got to.
I mean, I know Steve Smith, but who else was on that Hawks team?
Here's Jamison. Check by Davis. Here's Arenas. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Arenas.
He's got 18.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No road.
Yeah, I just can't remember who else was on that Hawks team, though. Like, it's bugging me. Mutombo?
Now here's Davis. He's got 7. There's the drive.
Washington foul.
Hey.
Antoine Jamison.
Stop. Jacks.
That's his second personal
Jacks.
foul.
Stop.
First team foul.
Oh, Golden State don't want it. No, dude. They just have no offense.
At the line for the Dubs.
They have no offense.
Davis. 2 shots.
Mookie Blaylock. Okay, yep. Mookie Blaylock, man. Shoot, different times. Yo, P, I have a question for you, basketball question. I saw a clip where Obi Toppin was saying that he thinks the NBA, because of how prevalent three-point shooting is, it has become over the last decade, that the NBA is going to have to move the three-point line back. That he thinks that it's going to happen. My question to you is would you rather see the NBA move the three-point line back or bring back hand checking? In a hypothetical. Because remember, hand checking was a thing up until the mid-2000s, right? Which is, they got rid of it, they wanted more offense. But now, offense has exploded to the point where, like, all five guys on the court can shoot, and not just shoot threes, but they can shoot threes from half court and hit it at 35%. I almost think they should bring back hand checking anyway, just to keep the league from becoming like this watered down, everyone appears to be good because there's no real defense, I guess, is my thing. Like, you have so many more guys. No, I didn't mean a 4-point line. I meant like moving a three. I worded that wrong. Not a 4-point line, just moving the 3-point line back further. I'm sorry. He wasn't saying anything about a 4-point line. Just either moving the 3-point line back further or bring back hand checking. But I feel like you have so many guys now that average 20 points a game. Like, averaging 20 points a game used to be something like special and like a big deal. But now, you know, because everyone can shoot and they can spread the floor and you can't body your guys up with hands, I wish they'd bring back hand checking since the game has changed. The game, you know, and then if the game ever reverts back to big men being essential, then remove it again. I don't know. But, like, dominant centers, you know, you look at the 90s, and, you know, most good teams had outside of, you know, Michael winning all the games, but most other good teams had a dominant center. Think about how many good centers were in the 90s, right? Or just big men, not even just centers, just big men, you know what I mean? So many good ones. And how many are legit good superstar status now? Superstar status, you have Joel Embiid, you have Nikola Jokic. I mean, Anthony Davis is too hurt. You prefer this era? I think I'd prefer this era if they brought back the hand checking a little bit, just to, like, well, the 90s bigs just no, I get that. I mean, you did have some guys like Hakeem and Patrick Ewing who stretched the floor a little bit, right? But no, I get you. These bigs can dunk past threes, you know, but there's so few of them. I mean, how many bigs can do that? Honestly, like, consistently. You have Jokic, you have Embiid. Anthony Davis can do it, he's just never on the court. Karl-Anthony Towns can do it. Who else is doing it, though?
All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring
at a dominating level.
He is not disappointed.
Now here's Powell.
Where you're like, you have to, like, really worry about that guy.
Pass to Ellis.
You know?
Washington with a rebound.
You think Christian Wood's at that level?
Rebounds now. Here's Arenas. Check by Davis. Here's Butler.
Yeah, I mean, truly dominant centers, I guess you'd say. Like, if you go to the 90s, I guess you'd say, like, offensively dominant. Hakeem, Shaq, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Alonzo Mourning, that's 5. And then, you know, you got Kevin Garnett in 96. Tim Duncan in 98. You had Charles Barkley, but he was a, you know, undersized power forward. Sean Kemp, Rain Man, power forward. You know, but he just, I get to your point, he just dunked. But, you know.
Outside Butler.
Larry Johnson, stretch 4, right? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like with how good guys can shoot now, it's time to bring back hand checking. Just a little bit. Like, bring it back. I mean, I think the game will still be exciting. It just will, I think, really let the truly great players shine, instead of like you have these guys who average 20 and then you just like, oh, they're good, they average 20, you know, versus, well, they average 20 because of this, but if hand checking was brought back, you know, there'd be the truly elite guys would average 20, 25. I could be completely way off base on this, but with the NBA where it's at with just, you know, analytics say shoot threes, spread the floor, run a pick and roll, you know, either kick it out for a 3 or get to the hoop, you know, don't take the mid-range shot, bring back hand checking. You know, I agree with you, Pee-wee, the numbers don't mean anything, but the half of my argument behind it is the reason we have such issues with the 2K default roster with what it is because they rate it based on how these players, like, the numbers that they put up. And so, yeah, we have these attention to detail rosters, but we have to wait half the year to get it, you know. But it would be nice, you know, they rate these players this way because of the numbers they put up. Like you said, numbers don't mean anything, but I think if part of it is the frustration that's led to with how they've rated players in these games. I mean, if you fire up 2K12, right, 10-year-old game, and you look at how the ratings, how players are rated there versus now, it's just a completely different, you know. Oh, I'd rather see skill too, and I'm not saying bring back that type of physicality, like the Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, you know, hammering guys. I'm not saying bring back that, either that, or like I'm not saying even implementing the Jordan rules type of physicality. I'm just saying let these guys hand check them a little bit. It's like you can't even defend these guys anymore, and I literally mean that. Like, oh, you were responding to Keith. But I mean, like, you get Steph Curry out on the perimeter with a pick coming for him. You can't defend it because he can do too much without interference from a defender to get an open shot. And now these guys need like this.
The short one's on the money. He's got 5.
There's just no reason to give him inside position.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket.
I just, with the way these guys are able to shoot now, like, I feel like you have to bring back some sort of a nerf to it. And hand checking would at least allow these guys that are trying to play defense and dig in, like, a way to do it. It's a big and 1. They could cut it to 10 here. Or no, they couldn't. Missed it, dang it.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Washington.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken it.
Most coaches would settle for the opposition taking mid-range jump shots, but tonight they're on fire from there.
At least the offense has picked up in this quarter. Physicality, I don't think is a skill. Athleticism, 100% a skill.
And he makes a first.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses.
And that, I guess, yeah. You know, physicality's, yeah, being physical and being strong, I think, are two different things. And I don't think physicality and basketball go really hand. You need to be strong and tough, like if you're playing defense or rebounding. But physicality is more of a football thing. And athleticism, I think, is more.
The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Hand checking does change the game.
19-footer, and the jumper is good.
I'd love to see it brought back.
Lead by 13.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open.
Or get rid of illegal defense.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defense.
If you had to choose, hand checking or illegal defense.
That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
They've made all these rules to help the NBA offense. Nothing to help defense. No, I agree with you. They definitely have to tone it down. You know what I mean? I think one way you do that is a couple years ago they implemented like. No, I agree with you, and I think the way they make sure that's not too over the top, right? Is a couple years ago they really cracked down on players mouthing off to the refs and giving technicals pretty quickly. And they implemented, what was it, after 15 years suspended? They were really like all about that for like 2-3 years. And then they've kind of just fallen off. Now they let guys just chirp. I think if they went back to those quick technicals, when guys argue no calls, I think that would be a way to help implement it.
They set a pick. 4 on the clock. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Easy look when the
Boston plays good defense,
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Yeah, well, that's the Marcus Smart effect, too. And Al Horford's always been a dog. He's been underrated defensively, I feel like, his whole career. Keith, you're right for the exception of the Bulls, man. Wherever DeMar DeRozan go, you're going to get a hell of a lot of mid-range. And Jimmy Butler, too, honestly. Jimmy Butler and DeMar DeRozan, man, they love that mid-range, and they succeed with it. They are so good at that mid-range game. I wish more people would understand defense and mid-range works. You think about Kobe and Michael, man. They both weren't huge three-point shooters. They wanted to get to their spot in the elbows and do their thing. They didn't want to sit outside and stroke threes. I mean, granted, Kobe did hold the record for most three-pointers made in an NBA game for, 12, 14 years?
And here's Richardson.
And LeBron was never still hasn't been a three-point shooter, but he was far more, I feel like, and I could be wrong here, but I feel like he was more efficient as a scorer 10 years ago before he started shooting all these threes. When he was more following in what Kobe and Michael was doing, and he would attack the hoop. He still attacks it, but he did a lot more mid-range. Now LeBron just kind of shoots a shit ton of three-pointers. And he's never been a good shooter. Perimeter shooter.
Unloads. And he didn't get quite enough under that.
He's streaky.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall.
I hate watching him shoot so many threes. I hate watching him dribble the shot clock out and then take a 3 10 feet behind the 3-point line. Hate it.
Pass to Mason.
It's even worse is I hate when it goes in because then it just means he's going to do it again.
Washington with a triple.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Yeah, mid-range and that guard post up.
Here's Ellis.
Yeah.
From outside the arc. It doesn't.
What's crazy though is the defense with how good these shooters are. The defense is still giving threes instead of, saying, hey, we'll rather give them the 2 than the 3. And teams are like, okay, let's shoot 43s a game. And they're making such a high percentage of them. It works.
All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by
Oh,
State
no, they're
Farm.
not as deadly. No.
He's
But
always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes
They're still-
like these are his specialty.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up.
still good. I love DeMar DeRozan's mid-range
They're
game.
creating the scoring opportunity
I love
for
it.
his teammate.
You know, Allen Iverson didn't take a lot of threes either.
And we
He was
reached
kind of a-
quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They still have time
It's
to
too
make
easy to
this
guard.
game.
But they really need to
Why?
focus
Just
in.
out of curiosity,
Let
why
this game
do
get away
you
from them a little bit.
say that?
Barnes. Washington with a rebound. Butler's got 5 rebounds in the game. And for Washington, here's Jamison. Pass to Arenas. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Man, Wizards have
And
just
he's got
exploded.
28 now.
Their strategy has been pretty
They all would have
simple
shot
here in
5
the
plus
second
threes
half.
in today's
Attack
game.
from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement.
I feel like Kobe probably averaged 5 threes his last couple
Here's
years
Stevenson.
in his league anyway.
Washington converting.
How many did Michael
They're
average in
really
his career? 2 a
dictating the
game?
tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit
Maybe 3 in the
concerned here.
90s, a little bit more, it was a little bit more
The lead
common.
seems to be growing.
Pass to Ellis.
Definitely wasn't a lot.
Down low. Here's Boyle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy
And
hoops.
I mean, I don't mind teams shooting threes. I just feel like the NBA has
Not great
kind of
numbers, but great effort.
transition to that because of 2 things. Number 1, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Number 2, because of the rules
They rebounded the ball tremendously well.
kind of just allowing that to, you know, happen a little bit more. Like, that's why I feel like you brought back hand checking.
Golden State foul. Dominic Foyle. That's his first personal foul. First
I
team
mean,
foul.
you know, these guys are hitting such contested shots anyway. I think it would just make it'd be less ISO basketball if they brought back hand checking.
Moving along. 2 minutes gone.
There's so much ISO basketball in the regular
Checked
season.
by Davis.
Well, the one thing I like about the playoffs is much less ISO basketball.
Pass to Arenas. Takes a 3. That one is off. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Now Davis. Just 5 on the clock.
Where do you think Harden's going to end up?
Oh, he
And
let
do
it
we
play.
think he's going to
Now the Wizards in transition. Butler can't get it to go.
look anything like his former self wherever he goes?
And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they made
'Cause
some
the
great
drop-off
plays,
has just
but
been-
way too many turnovers.
Unreal.
Here's Harrington. Lays it up and banks it in.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. They set the pick. Knocks it loose.
Yeah, that's true. He scored all the points he wanted to in the 80s and they weren't winning.
Wizards with another miss. They've got plenty of time to get back into this.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure
very
they
true.
feel pressed, but this is when you have to stay calm and execute.
Outside Davis. Pass to Harrington. 6 to shoot. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Warriors, Al Harrington. At the line for 2.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. This is what you do. That's what I'm saying, man. You need that blue check mark already. And dude, you're only like,
First one falls.
you're so close to 30K on YouTube, man. You're right there. Your video popped up on my screen the other day and I actually looked to see. I feel like you just hit 25 just like yesterday and now you're like right at 30. It's insane. You're growing quick, man.
And so he makes both
Thank
from
you,
the line.
thank you, thank you.
Now a timeout called by Washington.
Hopefully I can hit 7K before you hit 40K the way at the rate you're
Hard to
going.
say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches go through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Dude, it'd be crazy, you know, because of how much knowledge you have and all the scouting you do and stuff. Like,
In with our reporter, Allie
if you were to get like a
Over the break, I listened in on what the head
like
coach
hired by an
was
NBA team to be a
across the
scout,
middle.
like
He
how
spoke
cool would
about
that
their
be?
approach going forward. He believes that this is a mental battle.
Or
He told his
if you got
players
hired
how we
for,
think about each
like, to be
possession will determine the outcome.
the
Let's
scout
see it
analyst
locked
for
Okay,
ESPN
thank
or
you,
something
Allie.
like that. What's up with the Golden State? So, dude,
a little over 3.5 minutes
looking
in the
at
books
like
now.
comparing their rosters, like I predicted that Washington would
Stevenson.
outscore with their big three of
Pass to Arenas.
Arenas, Caron Butler, and Antoine Jamison. But that the Warriors had a deeper team, and so whenever you got into the benches, that I felt like the Warriors would be able to play catch up with
You know, there's an
how
edge
much
the
better
way
their
they
bench
play,
was.
and a confidence they're not afraid to show. There's the AT&T
And-
5G Slam Cam capturing the moment.
Instead, the Wizards are doing their thing with their big three.
Number 4,
But
definitely
the
something to keep
Warriors
track of.
have nobody who wants to score points for them. Jason Richardson had a good game 1, but they ended up losing by what, 4 or 5? Disappeared in game 2. I haven't seen him do anything in game 3. Steven Jackson hasn't done a thing. Baron Davis has scored points, but he's taking a ton of shots to get his points. Al Harrington hasn't been doing anything. No, they have Monta Ellis. On the Wizards, Larry Hughes? No, he's not here. I think he was on the Cavs at this time.
Here's Harrington.
They have the Wizards.
His second personal foul.
Spark plug has been Antonio Daniels off the bench, but the Warriors. Larry Hughes should be on here. He's not on here, unless they just got it wrong.
Back to Davis.
Yeah, I'll show you here. We can go to box score. They have Arenas. Yo, from the UK. Wow, you're up late. Appreciate it, my man. Thank you. Caron Butler, Antonio Daniels, Andre Bloch, Deshaun Stevenson, Antoine Jamison, Eden Thomas, Roger Mason, Brennan Haywood. No. Unless it's these guys right here. These are just fake guys. Oh yeah. This is 2 years later than that. I'm pretty sure he was on the
So it's
Cavs.
Washington now. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Arenas
Yeah, dude, the Warriors just Monta Ellis has been their best scorer, their most consistent scorer.
Ellis.
They're not getting anything from Jason Richardson, Al Harrington, Steven Jackson.
Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
That's nice.
And Baron Davis has been very inefficient. Wow.
Wow. Has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity.
No defense.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Now here's Davis. Pass to
They haven't shot the
Here's
three ball
Harrington.
very well.
Davis from long range. The rebound by Haywood.
Yep, missed another one. That was a good
Davis
look
has
too.
gone 3 of 8 tonight from the field. Here's Stevenson. Outside Butler.
Bro, the Avs were up 7-4, 7-3, and now it's 7-6. 4 minutes left.
Outside Davis.
They choke this,
Kicks
I'm
it
gonna be
out to
mad.
Jackson.
Yeah, they've got nothing from Steven
Back to
Jackson.
Davis. They set the pick.
There's a perfect dump it off to him for the dunk. I guess you got Antoine Jamison with 5 fouls now. I mean, there's still time they can make a run. If he makes these free throws, they're down 12 with 6 minutes left. the scoring pace has definitely picked up. I mean, I'm not a hockey fan. Like, I can't say I'm an Avalanche fan. I can't, because I've never really paid attention to hockey. However, I lived in Colorado for 9 years. You know, and I was watching hockey the other day when the Warriors were pissing all over the Mavericks. That game wasn't fun. And I saw the most amazing goal I've ever seen in my entire life. Which, again, I don't watch a lot of hockey. But it was just insane. And the Avs scored it. They ended up losing the game against the St. Louis Blue, whatever the hell they're called, Blues? I don't know. But it was the most incredible goal I've ever seen. And I was like, well, holy shit. And then it's just like, you know, I lived in Colorado for, you know, so long. My parents still live there. My friends live there. It's like, all right, let's root for the home team. Go Avs. But I'm still getting into hockey. I'm still learning hockey. I couldn't tell you anybody's name on anybody's team. I couldn't, if you asked me to name, you know, like, I know it's Edmonton Oilers, right? But if you were to say, like, a city, you know, and say what their team name is or whatever, I couldn't get half the league, probably. But I'm definitely starting to get into it a little bit more. Seems kind of fun. If I'm a Rockies fan, I will say that much. But, yeah, I'm kind of just going for Colorado home team, I guess. Don't live there anymore, but lived there long enough, going in there in 2 weeks. So
he means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch. Well,
I'm talking about that, yeah, and I'm talking about that goal that what was his name, McDaniel's goal or something from the Avs. I think that's his name. He took it just coast to coast and like put it between his legs and flicked it in there, and I was like, oh my god. That shit had me hyped. Wow, we're up to a 20-point game.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
I feel like, from what I mean, everyone who knows hockey way more than me has said that this whole series is going to be really high scoring. Maybe not 6 to 7, but they're anticipating a lot of 4 to 5, you know, goal games where the final score is 5 to 4 or 5 to 6 or even, you know, 4-3 type of thing. I don't know how much we're going to get 7 to 6, but score this many goals on national television, hockey's going to gain a lot of new fans because of how much scoring is done. Versus people who don't know much about the sport, care about the sport, watch and you get like a game that ends 2-1. Not a lot of scoring. You don't get interested in it. I think that's my problem with soccer too. Never got into soccer unless it's the World Cup. Not a lot of goals, typically. But when you have all this action, when you put up more goals, you know, you're 6-7 that's more typically than most baseball games, right? So you have a lot of action. And I think that's going to definitely get people more interested in the sport, which is not a bad thing by any means. For the NHL's probably salivated that they got this matchup. Oh my God, Baron Davis, put him on a poster. But the NHL is definitely like hoping this goes 7 games with the amount of viewership this series is gonna, you know, drop.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe.
Oh, they just pulled their goalie. Did it go in there? Oh, missed it by like a foot.
Inside. Pass to Harrington. Here's Ellis.
The thing is, hockey does have a lot of action. It's just like
it's never easy from that
physicality, big hits, action, you know, which are awesome to see, but people ultimately want to see goals and celebrations. You know what I mean?
Just a step too far.
Haywood. Here's pulling in. Jackson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
The other thing I think that hurts hockey is the fact that it's got 3 periods. This shit doesn't make sense. Instead of doing 3 20-minute periods, do 2 30-minute halves. You have so many line changes anyway. Just be like every other sport. Have a halftime.
Butler covering. To the paint.
And you know, and the thing that sucks with hockey too is because you have 3 periods and each break is 20 minutes, you're wasting an hour of someone's time just with nothing going on.
There's a screen.
Instead, have one 20-minute half. So you just instantly save 40 minutes. You cut back on the time of the game.
Got a hand on it. Here's Ellis. Fires from deep.
Oh my God, Monta Ellis, where was that all game?
You have to respect the aggressiveness he plays with.
Ooh. And Washington has possession. Pass to Arenas.
They still got an empty net.
There's Mason. Shoots over Davis.
I was so upset, man. Colorado was up.
The Wizards lead by 16.
Up in the same situation, 4-3 versus the Blues. And the Blues scored on the... They pulled the goalie. Scored with like 30 seconds left. And then scored in overtime and won the game.
And Washington has possession.
So I'm kind of nervous right now. Oh, nice take.
Softly drops in the floater.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Davis hits.
Well, at least the second half was more exciting. A lot more scoring in the first. That was brutal.
Here's Mason. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. And now that they're up 3-0, winning this whole series is well within their grasp.
You think it's only a matter of time?
We might get a sweep.
The season is all about expecting the unexpected.
I better put out a poll for the next matchup, man. This isn't looking like it's going to last too long.
NBA Finals. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports presentation.
Game 1 was such a good game, and then it's just been... Warriors have just been bad since. Alright, should we take a set during game 2? I know, I thought they'd look a little bit better and maybe at home, but I mean, they did in the first quarter. First quarter was competitive. Yay! Avs scored on the open net. Open, let's go. That should do it. 8-6 with 21 seconds left. Alright, so Barron had 20, but on 6 for 14. Monta Ellis, but look at this is the problem. 2 of 12. Can't shoot. He had the dunk to start the game. And yeah, the rest have been bad. Like, no one else is shooting the ball very well, you know? And look at Arenas over here. He had 37. Didn't even realize it. And Caron Butler only had 12. Jamison only had 8. Jamison's not shooting very well either. Wow. This is crazy. They shot 36%. Again, that's been the story of the whole series. You know, and their pace of play, look at the difference. The the Wizards shot 14 more shots and shot 13% better. And so, even if the Warriors shot 36%, but if they shot 14 more shots, that's 4 more makes, right? And look at their three-point percentage. Only 3 of 22 they couldn't shoot a 3 to save their life. But even still, they could have an extra 8 to 9 points if they just shot more shots, and suddenly it's an 80-80 game, and then it's like, oh, the difference in field percentage, you know what I mean? But they're just shooting. They're too slow of a pace. But all right, guys, that is it for Game 3. I think tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll go ahead and hit Game 4. I'm trying to get this potentially completed before the NBA Finals kicks off. And then we'll look at our next matchup. I'll start a poll on Twitter and YouTube to see what we'd like to have for that. And I'll see if I can't find someone who makes some extra teams. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hopping in the stream. Thank you guys for talking to me during it. I had a great time. Hopefully we can get another good game. If not, we'll come up with another matchup where hopefully we get better games than this. All right, guys, this is for me. Peace.